Okay, my name is Jeff with CSHabuse.com. Today is March 29th. I'm talking to Tim. What is your hospital ID number, Tim?
650-2.
Okay, Tim, can you tell us what your position is in the hospital?
Yes, I am the contraband advisor for the CDAC, which is the Hospital Advisory Council.
Okay, and can you tell us what was happening yesterday on March 28th?
Yesterday we had a major meeting, and it was a meeting with Brandon Price and the hospital administrators, the upper clinical hospital administrators. Brandon Price was there. Jeannie Porter was there. Brandon Price, of course, you all know, is the executive director. Jeannie Porter is a hospital administrator. Joe Castaneda was there, which was the assistant hospital administrator.
Okay, Jeannie
Dr.
Porter,
Withrow
she's a
there.
clinical. Wait a minute, Jeannie Porter's a clinical administrator. Who else was there? Was Janine Wallace there?
Janine Wallace was not there. She did not attend.
Okay.
But Porter was there.
Dr. Withrow?
Yes, Dr. Withrow is there as well.
And he's the medical director?
Yes.
Okay, tell us what happened at the meeting then.
Well, I was discussing some contraband issues, and we were having some problems. We've been having some problems on our unit for a while, and I was discussing some problems with RUS specifically. Her name was Renee Pierce. I'm on Unit 15, and as we were discussing these problems, we were talking about a form that she had used, and her form was very vague and not done correctly, actually, from what I saw. So when she came to ask me if she can start inventorying my stuff, I was explaining this to Brandon Price, of course. When she came to inventory, I asked her, is that a valid form? And she said no. And I said, well, you should be using a valid form. And she said, no, I don't have to use a valid form because I'm the U.S., and I can do whatever I want.
And U.S. means unit supervisor, correct?
Yes, that is the unit supervisor. And at that point, I became very emotional because of the fact is that I work very close with the patients and the staff on the unit. The patients are very, very upset. Our unit is totally just in shambles over this whole issue. The way that she treats us, the way that she does her inspections, the way that she just is very cruel and unusual to a point of taking 45 minutes to an hour to search us, doing things making things contraband that aren't even contraband. And at this time I became very emotional at that time, and I do believe that something needs to be done with her. I'm kind of, not from me myself, but I'm kind of fearful for her because there are some people on our unit that are crazy enough to do something stupid. And myself personally, as I work with the community here, I feel that, I'm okay. I'm very level-headed, but there are some individuals on our unit that are not level-headed. And my personal opinion is I totally believe that she should be removed from the unit and be retrained to work with people because she doesn't know how to work with people. She has no clue how to work with people. And it's a scary thought to think that something might happen to her or somebody might be crazy enough to hurt her. And I'm actually fearful on that point.
Right.
So that's where I stand on that issue.
So just to clarify a couple of points. So you were telling this. So you're at this executive meeting, and you're telling them about the fact that she had told you, I'm the unit supervisor, and I can do whatever I want. And you had told me before we did this interview that the executives at this meeting said that they would do something in a couple weeks about what you were telling them, correct?
Right.
And then it was at that point
they were going to do something in a couple of weeks. And then when I broke down.
And you started crying, correct?
I did. I got very emotional. I started crying, and I was begging them and pleading them in this meeting. And I was telling them, look, something's got to be done about this lady. She's been putting our unit in an uproar, and she put other units in an uproar as well in Program 5.
Right.
So this is just what happened.
Right. So in response to you breaking down at this meeting with the entire executive management team of Coalinga State Hospital, they then, in response, they sent a couple of the administrators up to the unit immediately rather than wait 2 weeks, and we don't know what the outcome of that is at this point, correct?
Right. No, they actually, what they did, Jeff, and let me explain this to you, and this is something that was a surprise to us. They came up, and they actually came up to the unit, and some of the executive body came up to the unit after that meeting and wanted to talk to me about this issue. And they also wanted to talk to Renee herself personally. And when they came up here, Renee was not here. Renee had heard that she was gone, and this is what happened later on in the meeting. She had gone over to Unit 16 because she knew that the executive people were coming up there. So I don't know if that was because of a issue with what was going on or whatever. But at that point, I was able to introduce her and introduce the body that was up there to our people who were on our unit, our chairman and our vice chairman, and they were able to give a whole bunch of information on the things that Renee Pierce has been going through and the things that she's done on the unit, complaint after complaint after complaint after complaint. And I do believe that Ricky and Eric got at least 75 to 100 complaints in the last month and a half to 2 months on this lady.
Right.
And they still have kept her here. They still have kept her on the unit.
Right.
She is just the unit is like a bomb ready to explode. It's not if it's going to explode, it's when it's going to explode.
Exactly.
And myself personally, Jeff, I'm not going to explode because I can handle that situation.
No, I know that.
But there's guys on the unit that are just totally just ready to just go off.
Right.
I mean, and so I wanted to be very clear on that, Jeff, with you, and let you know that these things are happening, and something's got to be done about this lady.
Well, now, did she come to work this morning?
She was here this morning, but I have not seen her.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, so at this point, we don't know if any action has been taken. So I just want to make clear, we want to wrap this up, but we do want to make clear on this recording that you are an elected member, representative of the patients. You are a peer leader. You have been for many years, and you're currently in a position. And we do want to make clear that the administration has been ignoring multiple complaints about this abusive unit supervisor, and that the unit is in a state of extreme distress regarding her behavior, and something needs to be done. I want to thank you, Tim. You do concur with that analysis?
Yes, and we've talked about it. We've talked about all this in the CDAC office, and something's got to be done, and we hope that something is done, and I hope that this helps the issue because I'm under distress myself. But I'm afraid that some of these other guys are just going to blow up. So,
I appreciate that, Tim, and I will make this recording available to people in the State Assembly and hopefully law enforcement, and as well as me, the administration.
Okay, thank you, and you have a great day.
You too, Tim. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.